So Bill Gates, he taking all the farmland. What is his whole ordeal system like? Are rich billionaires just taking over basically everything that's needed for the people, like monetizing off of it? You know what I'm saying? Are they trying to control all the resources, or is that why the billionaires buying up everything?
Yep, because Donald Trump, they just had a meeting. It was basically one of those things where it's an implementation of the Council of Kings right before the reset. So there's a reason why Bill Gates and Donald Trump and Mark Zuckerberg, they all had a meeting together. They had a dinner. And at this meeting, it's one of those things where you got to be, very practical, and you got to use, logical assertions and things of that nature, because what that meeting basically represented was the draconian juice is going to interface with technology. I call it the draconian juice when you're talking about the what. So the draconian juice is going to interface with technology, and that's how they're going to control people, and they doing it through the food. That's what's happening. I can't say that. If I say that word, they gonna take your stuff off.
Yeah, fact.
Because what he's putting in the food is a technology. Everything as far as the food, everything is compromised. I can't say the other words. There's certain words you can't say, so I just be saying I gotta make sure.
So he putting technology in the food.
Yep, they putting technology in the food. That's why they call it the Food and Drug Administration, because you're not addicted to the food, you're addicted to the chemicals in the food.
So what is the technology supposed to do?
Take over your physiology and replicate the energy of the parasites. Because what parasites do, they replicate themselves on the infinite level because they're trying to mimic the energy of what's taking place naturally in your body. So that's why sometimes if a person smoke and they ain't smoked in like a week or whatever, what happens is the endocannabinoids is going to try to mimic the energy of the parasites, and it's going to give you a false perception of you trying to be high. Just like a parasite can mimic the energy of a pregnant woman. Sometimes when a woman thinks she's having twins or whatever, sometimes that other twin is a parasite. Because parasites have the ability to replicate themselves.
A parasite can feel like another human being.
Yeah.
Body.
Yeah, because parasites, they can grow teeth, it can grow eyes, it can grow all types of shit. Because it goes through an evolutionary stage, because you're forgetting parasites have their own ecosystem as well, just like caves have its own ecosystem. So it's going to grow in your body, and to the point where it's going to manifest, and you never know, you might see parasites get big and just start busting out of people.
Hell no.
I'm dead serious though.
What the fuck?
Yep.
Nigga, that sounds freaky. So they go in there and they basically mimic us, so they can grow as big as us too.
They probably could. Bro, I guarantee it. You can't, bro. They doing everything right now. They've been doing so much shit as far as like the food and hybridization, and everything is genetically modified. Everything is compromised to a certain standpoint, bro. So that's why I said like that's not
anything that's not natural. We basically shouldn't eat for real, then, because that's what's feeding the parasites.
Well, like I said, the only way to eradicate the parasites is a supreme detoxification, to where you're practicing ultra-fast conversion. You got to eat through the sun. Like, I don't think everybody's built for that, though. Everybody can't just eat in the sun every day, because you know what I'm saying? There's certain things that people like, and they can't deviate from it because of the biochemicalization of the foods.
So what do you say? Okay, let's say I wanted to do that then. So I'll just completely stop eating and just absorb the sunlight as much as possible. Will that keep me alive, or will I eventually die because I didn't put nothing in my body?
It depends on your blood type as well, because one thing you got to understand about people, because of the blood types and due to the imperialism and colonization, infiltration and everything, bloodlines and everything got compromised. So sometimes some people, you got to eat meat. You can't practice a vegan diet. Everybody don't have the ability to tap into that energy whatsoever, because their genetic format is not hardwired for that dietary system. So that's why I keep telling people, like, for instance, my good friend, Billy Carson, he said that he almost, passed away. He went sick really bad by being a vegan. He was trying to be a vegan. I remember he was telling me that. So everybody can't acclimate themselves to that dietary system. So that's why I said it's one of those things where you got to do everything in increments and do it, brick by brick, and build
Right.
up the physiology for that. If your blood type is capable of doing it.
So your blood type will tell you exactly what needs to go in your physiology type thing.
Pretty much, yep. Because the blood is the blueprint. The blood is the blueprint of the matrix. Because if you understand your blood, you can break the matrix. So that's why they don't tell a lot of black people about their blood types. They don't want you to know that you O negative, because that's the blood type of the Anunnaki, right?
Can you explain the blood types and what they mean? Do you know all of them,
I
or
don't
you
know.
just
I don't know all of them. So,
yeah?
but I don't want to get too deep because that's under the policies as well.
But you said the O negative is Anunnakis. That's what you
Yeah.
said.
Yep.
Okay.
Because it's original. It's the original blood type. It's the original architect of the universe. That's the original blood type. That is connected to the mitochondrial Eve gene.